Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had Tenni on. We had Tenni on for a general interview, and we finished with questions from the people. Check the link in the description. I'm trying to get better about putting people's, whether it's their Instagram handles or their profiles in the description or the leagues that they play in, but check the link in the description. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today I got on with me, Tenni. Tenni, how we doing, baby?
Hello, I'm doing so well. I'm so happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good. Today's Tuesday. Believe it or not, I played a little bit of dodgeball yesterday.
Oh shit.
First time I played dodgeball on a Monday in years. Normally I play on Wednesdays.
Yeah, because we're running an open play, right?
Yeah, so what we've been doing on Mondays is we've been doing open cloth, and then we'll mix it in some women's only practices.
Mm.
So normally I don't go on Mondays, but we did a mixed foam one. So I'm like, all right, let me get my itch in. So I'm playing. I played yesterday, playing
I was just
tomorrow, and
was
then
just about
playing
to
on Saturday.
ask. I was just about to ask. I was like, you don't play cloth. I think that's pretty well known.
Yeah. I I wouldn't say I have the itch, but I'm definitely interested in it. I like the 3 minute aspect. I like the
Mhm.
survivability. I can't throw a cloth ball to save my life, so I'm not interested in that whatsoever. But I do. I am interested in the aspect of it. I don't have any intentions of playing it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yesterday I was at dodgeball, but I just ops manage. We still play big ball, so I am the ops manager for big ball on Monday nights. Um, which is like 8.5. So I just sit around and make sure that there are refs and no balls explode.
Have you ever played 8.5?
I played once. I buddied with Tim Wells. That was our deal. I would buddy with him and he would buddy with me in foam because I didn't want to play 8.5 and he doesn't want to play foam. He still hasn't been my buddy in foam, so I have an IOU. Tim Wells.
Wow,
It just like the leagues like the days didn't work out for him, but Monday worked out for us. We did once, we got first in the season, and then I said, well, gonna hang that up and call it a 8.5 done.
that's good. Retire on the top.
One and done. Like a Rumpelman shot.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no intentions of ever playing 8.5 again in my life.
I look at it and like it seems fun, and then I'm like, no. I can throw a cloth ball. I can barely throw an 8.5 though.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I have very small hands and I have messed up fingers, so I can't grip a cloth ball, but I could actually throw a 8.5 ball pretty hard. I just don't have the grip strength to pump fake a
Mm.
cloth ball without actually throwing it, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, the fake pump invalid happens.
That'd be me every time. But all right, Tenni. Normally with my guest, we try to hop on and we talk about sports for 5 or 10 minutes. We talked about this beforehand. So instead of talking about sports, we're going to do would you rather questions.
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay. First question. Would you rather have a photographic memory of everything you read or be able to learn any physical skill perfectly after seeing it demonstrated once?
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go with the photographic memory of what you read. Only because I feel like there's joy in learning something physically, right? Like there's not really that much joy in like studying vocabulary and learning something over and over again or like not understanding something. So that'd be a nice perk in life. And also like the physical aspect, like sure, there's a lot of perks of knowing it right away, but like figuring it out and like when you first do it like correctly that first time is like just such a good feeling.
I was leaning the other way, but you convinced me.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Next question. This one's a little dark. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Ooh. I would rather know the date. I would rather know the date. I think knowing the cause would like hinder me so much, like, like no, and because it could be so generic, like a car or a car crash, and then it's like, well, am I gonna just never get in a car ever again? Well, if I know it's like in 2060 in January, I'm like, well, I guess let's go skydiving today. It's not gonna happen.
We're going out on my terms.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good example because if you're like, or if you found out you're gonna die by like car accident, you're like, all right, well, I'm never getting in a car again. I guess I'm just walking slash taking a train or plane everywhere.
Right. And I live in New York City, so there are cars. I walk in the street literally every day.
That's true. Um, come on, I had a good one. All right, this is pretty much how I think you live your life. But
Mm.
would you rather be a beloved minority or a minor celebrity? That's you, or or be an anonymous and incredibly influential person who shapes world events from behind the scenes. So, would you rather be yourself or be in the Illuminati?
Oh, no, you know what, as much as I don't want to admit it, I like attention. I do like the attention. So being a little minor celebrity, I'll take it. Granted, the powers to have influence would be great, but that's also power I don't want to have. And so I'll take the minor celebrity.
I think I go on the other way just because I don't like being like the center of attention in like a room. Like I feel
Mm.
like if I'm in a conversation and then I say something, everyone like starts to look at me and it's my turn to talk. I'm like, oh bro, there's too many eyes on me right now. I just want to like throw in a one liner or something.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll dance in the circle. Poorly, but I'll dance.
All right, let's give you one more.
Okay.
I should have probably looked this up a little bit sooner. I gave you some pretty deep ones. All right, let's do a fun and silly one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is crazy.
Hit me.
All right. I'm getting all these off of Google Gemini, by the way, but would you rather have to wear a full body chicken costume every day for the rest of your life or only be able to communicate by singing?
You know what? I'm gonna take the singing. Only because, like, I don't know, the chicken suit is too much for me. Like, that's a lot to deal with. Like, I'm trying to think, going to the bathroom, trying to go on a date. Like, you could sing song your way through anything.
True. I think I would pick chicken costume if I could put clothes on over it. Like if I could like throw like a Knicks hat on and then like I don't know like a Knicks shirt or something like that. Be like, dude, that's Ryan. Like I could see him walking a mile away.
Yeah, you just become a mascot, like a living mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus I'm
yeah,
married already, so I don't have to like I'm set.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Your kid might be like, yeah, my dad's the chicken.
Yeah. He's like, why is my dad a chicken, but I'm not?
Oh,
All right. Hey, I think that was pretty good.
that's good. Those are some good ones. That was a good one. Good mix.
Yeah, I wanted to surprise you with those. All right, let's get into some dodgeball questions. Are you ready?
Oh, dodgeball. I love dodgeball. I don't know if you know that, but yeah.
Let's get into them. All right. We'll do questions from me and then we will do questions from the people.
Perfect.
First question from me. How did you get into dodgeball?
Okay, yeah. So I first joined dodgeball. My very, very, very first season was when I lived in Illinois, just southwest of Chicago. One summer, I was like, well, I don't know that many, queer people, so let me join the Stonewall League, Summer League in Chicago, just to meet queer people. And I was like, dodgeball seems like the fun one. So did it. Um, and that was like when I first learned the game of dodgeball. You know, like how there was like that recent video with Shade about like the game versus the sport.
Hmm.
Um, like the game of dodgeball is when I learned because it was totally community focused. It was like we're all gonna gather in this gym, we're gonna throw balls at each other with no rhyme or reason, and then we're all gonna go to a bar afterwards. And like that was what I was looking for, and I was like, heck yeah. So that's what I did in Chicago. I did one summer season, and then a couple months later, I moved to New York City, where I was like, well, if Chicago has it, New York has to have it. So then I joined New York Dodgeball, the Big Apple Rec Sports or bars. And that's when I learned the sport of dodgeball, where there's like, strategy, competitive play, the cornering. And like that was like eye-opening to me. So that was January of 2024.
Oh wow, that was gonna be my follow-up question. What year was this?
Yeah. So January of 24 is when I played in New York. It was summer of 23 when I played in Chicago. I consider January of 24 the real start of my dodgeball journey because that's like really when I figured out it was more than just a place to throw balls at queer people.
Wow, that's so you've only been playing for like I mean almost going on 2 years in January, but
Yeah.
wow, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have guessed like 3, 4, 5 years, but wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a fun. I definitely dove in. I
I
drank
would
the
say
Kool-Aid.
that we were talking about this off camera, but I was like, Tenny, I'm surprised you're not going to API.
You know what? I was asked to go, and I said yes originally, and then I looked at my finances and I looked at the 23 other tournaments I signed up for, and I was like, this is the one I'm gonna have to say no to for my financial sake. And also just like time off of work. I started the new job, so it would like eat every piece of PTO I had.
Okay, I feel that. And
Yeah.
also, like, you're not going to go to New Zealand for like 2 days to play dodgeball and then leave.
Exactly. Like my flights would have been like a day or two before and a day or two after. And I'm like, I am flying 20 hours to live there for 72.
I feel that for FPC, I still haven't bought my flights. I am terrible about buying flights like before like I don't know a month or so. But unfortunately for me, my dodgeball trips are just I feel like they're business trips. Like I
Mm,
fly in like the night before, play for like a day
hmm.
or two, and I try to find like the earliest flight out the following morning. So I
Oh
don't I
yeah.
don't get to like travel the city anymore. But it's all right. I go there, get my dodgeball fix, see my dodgeball friends, and then I leave.
Yeah, no, that's definitely me, for the sake of money. I remember I played in the Canadian Cloth Circuit one in Edmonton, and I literally landed like Friday night at like 2 in the morning, played Saturday, and then took a midnight flight from Saturday night into Sunday back home. I was
Oh,
in Canada for less time than my transit.
that's crazy.
Hey, second place, baby.
You should have just pulled up with like a suitcase. You're like, dude, this guy's all business.
No, just back. I only needed like two sets of clothes. I needed my travel and my dodgeball gear, and then back to travel.
It would have been a baller move if you just went like all dodgeball clothes, knee pads on.
Just a shirt change, and then good.
Yeah.
I will say on the way back, because again, I midnight, my so all my sweaty dodgeball clothes got wrapped up in my little towel into my bag, and then I got picked to like for like the intense inspection of my bag. And before she opened it, I was like, I want to let you know, dodgeball clothes have been brewing in there in my sweat. And she was like, we gotta open it. I was like, I understand. I'm just warning you, everything is moist.
I'm just letting you know, like, hold your breath, put a mask on.
Right. Like, sorry.
That's funny. Do you want to talk about your dodgeball community in New York City? So you have what you use as the acronym BARS.
Yes. Yeah, so there's two leagues that I'm a part of. So the first one is Big Apple Rec Sports or BARS, BARS. That is the LGBTQIA plus dodgeball community, which has so many days of the week, which I love because it kind of gives everyone a little taste. So On a normal season on Sunday, we have WTNB or Women Trans Non-Binary Plus League Advance. So that's a draft foam league. Then after that is open, so anyone, specifically the queer community, allies are allowed to join just as long as they respect the space and understand it's a community first league before it's a dodgeball league. That is Sunday, no sting draft, so advanced draft. Monday is big ball, open. Tuesday is small ball, no sting social, so a little bit more fun. Again, more community focused, even more than Sunday, but like learn how to play dodgeball, throw the ball around, hang out. Wednesday is a WTNB social, no sting. Thursday is foam. Um, and then those are all the days for bars, which, great selection. And then New York Dodgeball, run by Tim Wells. He started up a cloth league that is also running on Thursdays, which Mama loves cloth. So I was really happy to see that. So I'm currently bouncing my Thursdays between bars, foam, and cloth to try to get the best of both worlds.
Okay. So that is insane. So you get every ball type. You get every ball type. You literally play everything except for pitch 8.5.
Essentially, yeah.
That's wild, but that's awesome. You guys play as many days as you guys do, and as many ball types too.
Yeah, no, it's a great mix of things. And also it's a great mix of like competitiveness. So you can find what kind of matches your niche. As assuming the day works for you, but like you're allowed to join any day. Like if your only Sunday worked for you, but you don't want to take it competitively, like you could still join Sunday and like as humans, we understand again because we are community first before we're dodgeball. Like even like if I'm ever the last player standing on a Sunday league and I know there's like a social newbie, it's like let's read the room a little bit, you know?
Yep.
Because again, community always is going to be first for bars.
Totally agree. No, I really like that, and I also like the idea of drafts too. So we've
Mm-hmm.
done, I think, 4 seasons in Nutmeg with drafts, and this upcoming season after our current season's over,
Mm-hmm.
will be draft, and there was a huge uh, difference after our first draft season because
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of newer people. I think we were like 4 seasons in, and then the fifth season we did draft. Everyone kind of moved around. People started to not have like clicks. I wouldn't say that really it was super clicky, but obviously you have your clicks because you have your friends.
Mm-hmm.
People are more friendly with each other. The some of the vets and the dodgeball community were teaching the younger rookies, I guess you could say. Then
Yeah.
they go to their team, they make their team better, the whole league gets better, everyone gets their friends in the league. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's really fun. I will say, even from like, I've only been a part of bars, you said at the end of 2 years now, but like my first season into this season, like the amount of skill and talent that has increased is absolutely wild. Like our competitive season has so many great players, and it's just like really great to see because as New York starts to travel more, like that skill gets brought back to our leagues and our leagues start to get better. And I can like see how like as New York travels more and more as leagues, like as competitive teams, like it's making our leagues a little bit better. And also I will say like with traveling, often you take like even as a competitive league, like because you've traveled to like a high level tournament, when you come back to like your league, you're like, oh, I could be chill because winning this is actually not that big of a deal.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Um, our Mondays, I think that's the days we've been kind of making it like more competitive. So obviously, I think we're like the 13th season in right now. Like the first
Mm,
season of Nutmeg was like very chill. Honestly, until the draft season, I think that's when people started to take it more serious and competitive. But
hmm
you could walk in. I mean, uh, I'm no stranger to this. I think people are not going to be surprised, but I'd walk in, have a few drinks, drink while I'm playing, just chill, and I'd have a good time, and it wouldn't be too competitive. But now I can't look at the schedule and be like, all right, this week I'm gonna drink a little bit. Now I'm like, all right, every week I gotta take serious.
Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of like one of my favorite things about the Thursday league at bars is like we where our Thursday league is hosted, so each day has a different gym based on like our contracts and availability, because finding gym space in New York City is not easy. Our Thursday is in Hell's Kitchen, which is like the neighborhood, and there's only one court, but we have 12 teams usually. So it runs from like 6:30 to around 10 p.m., but you only play two games, two matches. So in between, it's like, well, our team all gathered for game one at 7. Our second game isn't until 9:40. Bar?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
It's down the street. It's really down the street. And then you come back for game two, and it's like, why do we always lose the second game? And I was like,
No
I don't
clue.
know.
That's awesome. Is that the venue where it has like the seats like in the upper it looks like it's like two floors. The first floor you play, the second floor you can like look down and watch people play.
No, that is for Sunday. That's our Sunday gym. That's a little more in the West Village, a little bit more, it's nicer. The one in Hell's Kitchen is on the fifth floor of a condemned building that's could break at any moment. It's super fun.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, my next question. Well, I mean, kind of just went over that one. Do you remember your first tournament?
I do. It was around March, April of 24. I was only a couple months deep, but someone invited me to the Denver Mile High Shootout, which is an LGBTQIA plus tournament in Denver, and I was on a team called Altitude Thickness. Super fun. I got asked like last minute. I was like, I don't even know, because I didn't even really understand that travel existed until someone's like, come to Denver with us. You'd have a lot of fun. I was like, sure, booked my flights like within a week. It was so fun, and it was like the first time I saw like dodgeballers from another state all come together to play, and it was just like eye-opening, and just like that was like a whole new world. I was like, damn, let's go. And we didn't do too bad. I also had no idea how brackets worked, because I like haven't played a competitive sport since I was in high school. So like they had like the round robin day one, and then day two they did a everyone was in the same bracket, but and it was double elimination. There was 36 or something teams, but like the first 12 teams that got kicked out got put into like another bracket to continue, like keep
Oh,
playing.
I like that.
So like if you lost your first two games right away, you got put into like another bracket. And then so we lost our first two, and we're like, all right, double elimination, peace out. And then like walk outside, get some food, and like, oh no, you're playing again. I was like, okay, cool. And then we won that one, and we just kept winning. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. We should have been kicked out an hour ago. But it was fun.
I like that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, and I will say the Denver Mile High, great tournament to start with too. It was just so fun, just a blast of a time.
Have you ever gone to the Sin City tournament?
Yeah, so I went this January for the first time, and that was super super fun.
I I dropped the ball. I was supposed to sign up our team. What was it, October 1st?
Mm.
And I was on vacation, and I got a phone call at like 9 o'clock at
Ooh.
night, and they're like, "Yo, did you sign us up?" And I was like, "Not gonna lie, a little drunk right now. I know today's the date, but didn't sign us up yet." And then they're like, "They sold out at 10 a.m." I'm like, "Shit."
Hmm.
But awesome tournament. I've gone twice. I definitely want to try and get on a team. But awesome tournament.
Yeah. I'm sad I'm missing it for 26 because it's the same weekend as the kickoff.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. So, what is your favorite competitive tournament? I'm assuming we just talked
My
about it.
Yeah, my well, competitive tournament, like I put this in two categories. So my favorite tournament, because I have like the competitive tournaments and I have like the queer tournaments. The queer tournaments, I'm still a Denver Mile High. I think it's a good balance of competitive dodgeball, a lot of great teams, community focus. They have a dodgeball after dark on Saturday night, which is like glow in the dark randomized dodgeball with like free alcohol, free weed. Like it's like let's all have fun and play dodgeball in the dark. They also use these glow in the dark foam balls that feel like nothing you've ever felt before in your whole life. It's amazing. And then my favorite, like super competitive, like for to win is the Toronto tournaments, either the kickoff or the clash. I just think they run such a perfect tournament and it's like a good amount of fun still. The people, the community is still there, like the dodgeball community to like hang out and build each other up. And then it's just the amount of skill and the amount of things you see in Toronto is insane. The photos are great. The merch is always out of this world. I love that the recordings of all the games are up in like a month max, which
Yeah,
is
they're
great.
quick.
And HD, you could zoom in on your phone, get that catch from like like 90 feet away. It's like, we got you.
The commentating, you got Nick Danchenko on the court like 10
Mm,
seconds afterwards to ask you questions.
yeah.
I have not met a single person that was like, I went to Toronto, I had a bad experience.
It's impossible. And like the best thing is that they seek feedback and they listen to that feedback with such open and honest ears. Like I had no bad feedback to give them, but like I know like I've listened to Mark's podcast, and he or Mark on Kim's podcast, and he talked about how like they take the feedback and they look at it and they sit around as a team and they're always looking to like no feedback is ever like, oh, we're better than you. Bye. It's like let's take it. Let's talk about this. Is this an actual thing we should work on? And it's just by doing that, they created such a perfect tournament.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, you need to be open to constructive criticism at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Also, those PTs on site, ooh, so good.
Oh, really?
They have PTs on site. They'll give you a massage. You can break it up. You you can pay for like an hour and break it up in between your matches. They'll tape for you.
They
It's the
got
whole thing.
what?
Yeah. And like I don't know how international insurance works, but you could bill your insurance.
Oh, that's crazy. They got PT. They got a tape guy.
It's
That,
amazing.
that's like Snoop Dogg's weed guy. He just rolls blunts all day. That's crazy. Oh, he's got a tape guy. That's
It's
wild.
so good.
I love it.
Yeah, I remember my first time in Toronto. We played against what do you call it? St. Elite DC, and like Keelan Esterbrook's jammed the fuck out of my finger because I tried to catch like an idiot. And I was like PT the next morning. He's like, "Ba, ba, 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 ba. All right, bye."
Wow. Damn. I'll never forget the first time I ever saw someone with tape on their fingers. And I will kind of say that I feel like, so this was in Vegas and I think it was 2014, but there was people who had like tape on their fingers and you could tell it was like, all right, that's doing something for them. But then there was others that would just have like crazy colors and it looked like super cool. I'm like, all right, that's not doing shit for you. You just want to look cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have recently started taping, but I literally mirrored the tape from Toronto. Like when he taped my finger, he's like, this is why I'm doing this, and this is what it does." And I was like, grabbing that, stealing that.
I am the ultimate tape guy because I fuck up my fingers bad.
Ooh,
And people in Nutmeg know if you have an issue, Ryan's your guy and he's got tape.
okay. All right. I will say I have no idea how to tape a thumb. Like my thumbs have been okay, but like if I mess up a thumb, I'm finding you.
Thumbs are tough. You got to do like the figure eight and then you got to tie it into your wrist. That's the trick.
I trust you. I
All
just
right, let's move into the next question.
hmm
How do you train and prepare yourself for dodgeball?
This is actually connected to the Toronto tournament. And excuse me, in saying that, um, when I was new, I was like, okay, I'm a little bit older. Let's see, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Because I started when I was 30. Um, so I was like, ooh, I'm behind in experience. Some of these people have been playing since they were 20. So I watch so much dodgeball. And I mean, I watched, I think, like, so when to prepare for my first tournament, which was again March of 24. So I've only been playing for like 2 months at that point. I think I watched every single game of the 24 kickoff in Toronto, like all like 150 something matches. Like, I was like, watching dodgeball like no other, just like stream it dodgeball, YouTube dodgeball, 20 minutes to watch a match. Like I was watching competitive dodgeball like crazy. Um, and then that plus I joined like every league of bars, so I was playing 3 times a week. Thankfully, bars allows that much dodgeball. But no, if I wasn't playing dodgeball, I was watching dodgeball. So Dodgeball Toronto, if you have 100 views on the videos, you're welcome. It's me. I'm watching every video.
Tenny got them like 400 hours of
It's
watch
bad.
time.
It is bad. I watch every single footage. I watch them all. 'Cause like there's just so much out there and I like I said I missed like the first, 10 years of prime development of dodgeball because, I didn't know it existed to be honest. So I was like, well, gotta catch up. XP boost Saturday. Let's go.
I love to hear it. I definitely remember. I don't have that itch anymore. Honestly, I don't have as much time as I obviously did when I didn't have a son or a wife. But yeah. So back in the day, though, what I would do is I would go to the gym. I would wear like a crazy oversized hoodie. Didn't matter if it was summer or winter or whatever. And I would bring my phone, and my phones are always like the plus version. So I have a huge phone, and I would go on the elliptical and I would just work out for like a fucking hour, like literally just cardio, and then go do weights. But I would
Mm,
just be locked in. I would have no clue like what time it was. I'd finish the whole, match series, whatever, clip stuff,
mm,
send it to my team, and then I'd look down or look up, and I'm like, oh shit, I've been on elliptical for like an hour.
I love doing that. Yep. That's like I'm like, okay, Stairmaster until I watch this match.
I feel that. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get better if you're not playing, right?
Right. No, I mean that's my set. And like also like there's just so much talent, especially in Toronto. Like especially those tournaments, like the amount of skill all in that room at one point, it's like some of those round robins are like could be a gold medal match.
Yeah, there was what was it? I think it was this past Toronto tournament. There was it was Bo, Giancarlo, that whole team, Chaz, and then they played
Mm-hmm.
Shred. And you looked at the amount of people who are on Team USA, on both sides of the court, and you're like, this is crazy. And I think that was the
Yeah.
second round match for the playoffs.
Yeah. No, yep. That was, yeah, such a good match. And it also came down to the wire, which is like exciting. Like it's just fun to watch also. Like, oh, just very good dodgeball.
Yep, yep. All right. My next question: what is your favorite dodgeball memory to date?
Okay. I do have the two that came to mind that like are in like distinct, like, beyond like a tournament overall, but, like a moment within a tournament. The two that came to mind is the first one was the very end of cloth round robin at nationals this year. So I played with Rockefellers. We finished round robin, and we just did so well. We went 5-0. We, had really good games. Like I think one match was close, but the rest were like 8 to 12 point differences. Like we just were on it. And like everyone was so like just supporting each other. Like every decision was like, ooh, that was the wrong decision. And everyone's like, no, we know what you meant. Like we totally knew what was going on. And like we finished the round robin. I gathered the squad. And I was just like, guys, like this is incredible. Like we just had such good energy, such good vibes, and it was just like it's day 3 of nationals. Some of these people are on their fifth division or at that point, and like we were still just totally on it. Everyone was like patting each other on the back. It was just such perfect energy, and it was just a really good moment to be like, okay, you know what? I maybe spent thousands and thousands of dollars and a shit ton of hours watching Dodgeball Toronto, but this is worth it. So that's that moment. And then a second moment was in Dallas. I played with Yakuza mixed foam, and the vibes were just like immaculate. Like we were giggling and doing well and supporting each other. Like I clipped this a few times. Like there were just so many times we're all just like screaming and clapping for each other, and like not in like a like in your face for the other team at all. It was just like we were just being so supportive of each other. The energy was fantastic. We were having so much fun also, even when we were losing. Um, I remember there was a moment where we were playing outsiders, where the score is like 6-0, maybe 7-0 at the point. It's no blocking. I'm in the box. Someone gets a catch out, and it's like I'm like at the end of the line. Shota is like with a ball in his hand, looking at me, and I'm like, please, Shota, just let me get on the court. He obviously took the shot the moment I was on the court, but it was like such fun moments. Like even while we were like losing, like some people get angry, but we were still just having fun, supporting each other. There was a moment where me and Diane both went for a catch, and like it was a line drive, direct, easy catch in my opinion. But like we both went for it, we bobbled and we both died, and like we're both just like staring at each other. And I'm standing up, she went down to like go for the catch on the ground, like as it bobbled, and I had to like drag her off the court because she was like, and I'm just like, we have to leave, Diane, we have to leave, we're out. It was just such fun energy. It was just such a great moment.
Who else was on that team?
So Mei Ling is the captain, and then it was Mei, Missy, and Diane. Um, and then it was me, Shane Basong, Eric Carrera, and Lane, from Chicago. Just fantastic humans, so skilled, so talented, and just all around great people.
I think we played each other in Boston. I think you guys had a pretty similar lineup as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty much the same lineup. I think the only difference we had Jen in Boston, and one of the and Lane wasn't there.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he
I mean
wasn't.
that definitely looked like you guys were having a lot of fun in Boston.
We were. That was so Boston was like the debut. Like that was our first ever pop off. Like that was our first time all playing together. And like from that we were like, oh, we're gonna keep going.
And fire jerseys.
Oh my God, I love that jersey. And there might be a surprise jersey coming up too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Home and aways, you know?
Oh, okay. Uh, there's just so many fire jerseys that are coming out, and not to say that the
Oh,
jerseys in the past weren't fire, but Luke is doing such a good job of designing these jerseys, and I'm just like, you don't need it, and then last minute I'm like, I'm gonna get it.
I know my wallet. Oh my gosh, I buying so many jerseys. Or I'm like asking to trade, which means I have to buy all of mine to like at the end of
That's
the day,
how it
I'm
works.
buying a bunch of jerseys. And also another shout out for Luke, not just like how well he does. I saw because we hung out over one day when I'm in Chicago, because that's where I'm from. Um, and like we were working on the secret second Yakuza jersey, and he showed me like the amount of like research and images and did like his like he had hundreds and hundreds of photos like all scattered around like this is like a little piece of this, little piece of that, little piece like to get inspiration for each and every jersey. It's he puts in so much work.
And it definitely shows too, because those jerseys, you could tell like there's so many small little details. If you really look at that
Oh my
jersey, you're
gosh.
like, wow.
So much. And like they're so fun. Like the little Easter eggs are just always present, and he's so good at it.
Shout out Luke.
For sure.
All right, next question. Have you had a welcome to dodgeball moment?
I did. It was okay, I keep saying Toronto, but it was Toronto. It was the Toronto kickoff of 25, so this January. I joined a pretty free agent-ish team. Like there were some people knew of each other, but like I don't think anyone's ever played together. And Toronto is not the place to put in a free agent team at all, unfortunately. It's just such high competition. Some of those people have been playing to like singularly for a decade plus and collectively for 5 plus years. Like they're on a whole wavelength. They don't even need to do like signals or calls. So we got demolished. But it like really just opened my eyes to like true hardcore competitive dodgeball, which was actually what started me wanting to do more USA dodgeball because by January I haven't touched a USA tournament. I only did queer tournaments, got asked to join um, Toronto as like a additional free agent, and then I was like, oh, nope, I want to be at this level one day. I want to do it. Like this is a goal now. Like it was a hobby and it turned into a goal.
That's good to hear because I feel like if you have a really bad, I mean, everyone's first tournament is probably bad, but you could go one of two ways. You could be like, fuck this, I'm one and done, I didn't have fun. Or you could be like, I'm competitive as shit. I want to get good at this and I want to win.
Yeah.
And you chose the
Yeah.
latter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was like, I am nowhere near these people, but I know I can be. It in a realm. Maybe not that level. In
No,
a
I
realm.
no, I mean, you've only been playing for 2 years and you have a lot of talent, and it definitely shows. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, of course. Man, I had to follow up to this. Oh, okay. Your first USA tournament, where was it? What team did you play on?
The first one I went to was Cleveland, and it was Rockefellers and then Mad Hattons because it was no sting and cloth and mixed cloth. So we did Rockefellers for no sting and cloth, and then mixed cloth was Mad Hattons, and it went like really, really well. Like I said, no sting, we did okay. I think we did pretty well because New York City is a really they're so good at no sting. Like I am indifferent with no sting. I'll do it if I have to. And I like don't mind. Okay, come on, camera. Um, and I don't mind no sting, and I just love dodgeball. But like, so, like the Rockefellers are so good at no sting, so they carried me through that. Um, and then I know because Precision won that round, and we were Precision's first playoff match, and we took them to like overtime, like
Oh,
like it went into no blocking. They tied it to us, and then we played the extra game, like the 3 minute extra into unlimited no blocking, to which they beat us. But like, I mean, we took the team that won to the end, which was kind of fun, but like good fight. Cloth went really well. We, had a good showing, and then mixed cloth, we did it was the only mixed cloth round, so we made it far enough to get to the Elite Eight. What? Which was like fun and silly, but I love it.
love to hear it. Yeah, you guys are definitely. I mean, you guys. I think the Seattle community, like you can tell without even having to play you guys on the court, like they have a ton of chemistry. Like they may not have all been playing together for a while, but they
Mm.
definitely have a very good idea of like as a team what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah, no, the amount of skill in that group, like our group chat is pretty deep, like the amount of people in, but the skill is incredible. Like, especially after I've been traveling and seeing around, I'm like, oh, they should not be scared to travel USA at all. They can do it. And actually, like, Rockefellers did get Elite Eight in no staying open, so which they deserve. And it's them more than it's I like barely did no sting when because there were 2 rounds of no sting. I was with them in Cleveland, but in Boston, I was on the one-off Rock of Fools that weekend.
Mm.
So they did the Elite Eight no sting, and they did really well at nationals too. Which I also didn't join them for open nationals because we were supposed to have 9 on the roster list, and I was like, I don't want to. That's too many. You guys have fun. That's not my ball.
Yeah, nine's a little rough. And yeah, I mean, another thing too, like we played each other at the Beast Coast tournament in Philly,
Hmm.
and I think out of all the teams, like you guys, obviously Philly, Boston, Long Island. I mean, honestly, all the communities, you could really tell how tightly knit everyone was. And if I'm being honest with you, and I'm saying this on my pod, but I think Nutmeg was the odd man out. Like you could tell that we didn't have a ton of chemistry with each other, but I think you guys definitely did.
I mean, it took us a long time. You guys had played well. I think y'all would, because you did Nut and Meg, and we only played one of them.
Yeah,
So whichever. I think you were Nut. Were you
yeah,
Nut?
yeah.
Of
Team
course you.
Nut.
Classic. Y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all did beat us. Because again, we were learning. Foam is not everyone's cup of tea, so it's like adapting that 5 ball nose sting into a six, or the not nose sting, but just like that 6 ball play style. Because back home, when we say nose sting, we play 5 ball nose sting in New York.
Oh,
Yeah, so our leagues, like if foam is 6 balls, no sting for us is 5 balls. So like it's adjusting to that 6 ball, which took us a match or two to be like, you don't always have to throw the fourth.
yeah. Watch the wave.
Yeah. Oh, the wave.
Yeah, I do remember that we played each other, and I remember it was super close, and we won the final game because we had you guys against the wall.
Yeah, the wall ball. Love
Wall
the wall
ball.
ball.
That's what our practice was actually yesterday. So our normal gym at Nutmeg, we have bleachers on both sides, and we have the curtain down the middle. If we're running two courts, if we're
Mm,
running three, we have two sets of nets. But
mm,
on Mondays we play, and it's pretty much like just a giant square, and
mm.
it is wall ball, which could be good, could be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pros and cons. I feel like both sides have it though, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's just there's strategy for both. Sometimes it favors just inaccurate arms, but like c'est la vie, gotta learn to shag or sweep. Like I know there's teams whose they have a player on the court whose goal is to like dodge low and sweep, you know? And
Hmm.
like that's a skill that we can learn and adapt.
I mean, me personally, I love playing wall ball just because I feel like it could be super aggressive, and also it's definitely a skill that I think people just have a bad attitude about it. But if you
Mm,
just play up like a foot off of that wall and you have really good reflexes, you dodge the ball, just throw your hand out, throw your leg out, you'll stop the ball, and then you get to do it to the other team.
yeah. No, I I need to learn how to do the splits when I play wall ball. That's what I need to do. I put like my one leg out and like never enough. I gotta
the
split.
The worst is when you put your leg out and you're like, I'm definitely stopping this ball, and then it goes right between your legs. You're like, dude, no way, come on.
The worst. I would rather have just not tried.
All right, next question. What's one aspect of your game you're currently working on?
Yeah. The biggest one, the biggest one I'm working on, I know I put a list in this, but I need to be better about reading the line, like of the line of throwers. Like if there's four, if there's three. Like I like definitely like do like a wait a little bit too much to the point where like I need to like kind of be better about reading who's throwing or like who's fake pumping or like kind of taking more mental notes throughout the match. Like maybe the first time it's like, okay, that person fake pumps in that way. Like note, remember that for next time. Or that person clearly has a wind up, like go for that wind up. Just to like increase my dodging and my catching a little bit more because I love being middle. I love being a middle person. I like being that little boop 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 in the middle of down dancing around. But definitely you're kind of in a danger zone with that black ball. So it's reading people. And then also if I ever ended up in the corner for pre and post counters, I love a sexy pre-counter. Just like, oof, wasn't expecting that. Hitting it.
I love it. Then they're scrambling. They still got to get rid of their burden. No one knows
Mm-hmm.
who's throwing now.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, love that. Love that moment. Especially in cloth when I have to put the ball down too. And I'm like, mm-mm.
You have to do that in cloth.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
I
you're
kind I
a
kind of assume so.
if you're above the attack line, which is like about halfway in between the start of your neutral zone and the back line, like
Hmm.
there's an attack line slash clear line. If you're above that, you have to put the ball down where you're hit. So if they're at the
Mm.
line fake pumping and I like you do an early swing and you get them, like that ball, like they now have two balls in hands, one ball's on the floor, and they have to still throw. So it's a fun little like now they're end up with
Oh,
one person with a ball essentially if we play that fast enough.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes people, I mean, this used to be notorious at Sky Zone, but we're playing Sky Zone, no sting. Someone gets hit, they'll be like the front line. They'll turn around. Here's the ball. Here you go. You're like, dude, come on. What's that?
I know. I also like sometimes in foam I get hit and I like put the ball down. People are like, you can pass it. And I'm like, I know, but should I?
I feel like if they're close enough to you and they pass it away, like it's not to me, it's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. I mean, it's the game, right? It's just
Hmm.
just the difference. I'm so cloth minded that like I get hit in foam and I put the ball down in the middle of the court. They're like, ugh. And I'm like, it's where I died.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
my tombstone.
Sorry for being nice. All right, next question. This one, I'm interested to see what your answer would be. If you could play dodgeball anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh, you know. I don't have a lot of international experience. Like I haven't outside of our northern neighbors. I haven't watched too much other dodgeball, but I just want to I want to go to Italy. So I would love to play in it with Italy. And I if I remember from the world's footage, like I think they did pretty decently in cloth, if I remember correctly. So I would love to go to play. Maybe there's a nice wine court where it's like a wine tasting dodgeball celebration. That would be perfect.
Sounds sick. Are you Italian?
By like lineage, yeah, but like I'm an American mutt, but my dad's like lineage is Italian.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to go to Italy, play dodgeball.
Mm-hmm. Eat some pasta, drink some wine.
Yeah, have some fresh mozzarella, eat some prosciutto.
The works, all of it, please.
All right, my next question. Describe your perfect dodgeball teammate.
Yeah, okay, so I did take some notes because I didn't want to like be thinking about a million times and like I'm gonna try not to ramble too much. Because like this is like both open-ended and also slightly specific in the same regards. Um, but in a perfect dodgeball world, obviously off the court, we're great friends. Like I want someone who I just trust through and through in my life. 100%. Like if I can trust you off the court, I can trust you on the court because that intrinsic trust in a person makes you play better, makes you throw better. Your nervous system is a little more in control. You're not as panicky on the defense. So like you play offensively better because you have that trust. I want someone who complements my play style but doesn't mirror it. Like who like kind of like a yin yang where it's like I do this so the other person does it this like if I'm more aggressive they're a little more tamed or vice versa but also in the same beat it's like staying on beat but one is higher and one's lower. Energy wise, I am a competitive person. I'm a fun person. I like having fun. I like enjoying life. I like having giggling on the court, but I would love to giggle with a medal around my neck. Um, just saying.
I feel the same way. It's like
Um,
have fun or win. I'm like, yo, we can have fun and win.
you know
Let's
what's
do
really
both.
fun? Winning.
Yeah.
So I want someone who is focused, who is uplifting and strategic and like wants to do well, wants to have a good time doing it, but like definitely is someone who like has that drive, has that like intensity to try to win without having a crash of that intensity, like without like the crash of that intensity, like being able to fuel it, be like, okay, that didn't work out, but like thankfully I have a flask in my bag. Um, I would never bring a flask. I would never bring a flask into a gym, never.
Ever. It's illegal.
Illegal. That's why they're doing it. And I'll tell on them. I'll rat them out. Um, And I also want someone to push me to be better because I think like both of us growing together and also like I know this says teammate, but like anyone, the whole team, like if we can, push each other to do better, who can give me open and honest feedback about like, hey, when you did this, blah 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 happened. Have you thought about this? Like, and just being able to like talk about our game styles to make it better for sure. And then also a wing person if they want to help me find dates, that'd be great too. Just gonna throw that out there. Um, FYI. Gonna use this to my advantage.
Let's go. Help Tenny out.
I do have, this is not a joke. This is a bit that is not a joke. This is so true. I'm gonna regret saying this. I'm gonna maybe add this to the edit out list.
Okay.
I just kidding. No, let it happen. Um, I do have I'm running a refer a date program where you can win awards based on how far the person you refer and I get to in our dating history.
I love this idea.
So like I have a whole sheet. I made it on Canva. This is legit as shit. Um, like if me and the person you refer go on a first date, I'll buy you a drink next time we're together and blah blah blah. And it goes all the way up. Like if you refer me to someone and we end up being married, like I'm flying you first class to that wedding.
Oh, I was gonna
Like,
say, like, what happens when you tie the knot with the other person?
oh, I said I believe it's first class ticket if you don't live, or luxury hotel room.
I like it. This is a really good idea.
Like if you're gonna help me find the person of my life, I can buy you a nice suite for the hotel wedding.
I thought you were
Like,
gonna be like luxurious sports car or something crazy.
okay. Let's I there's a panda lamp. That's the level of finances I'm at.
I'll contribute a few $100s to the car of your liking.
Unless I marry someone super rich, then we'll talk. We can talk. But when we get if we me and that person gets divorced, vroom vroom on my
Oh,
parking lot.
yeah. Then you get the car.
hmm
Okay. All right. I like this idea.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, if anyone wants the form, I have it.
Okay. Um, my next question, do you have any hobbies other than dodgeball?
I do love video games. I like to watch video games, but I love playing as well. I just haven't had like the downtime to like buy a new game and play it through. But like I was watching my roommate play that Hollow Knight and also Hades 2, which was fun to watch. I like to play League of Legends, TF/TFT. So if you are a League person, find me. Elden Ring was a great game. I played that through and through. I have Dead by Daylight and Overwatch and all like the fun party games like Phasmo, Among Us, Lethal Company. I love a video game. Also board games. I just like gaming. The idea of a game is fun. I was a baker. I used to bake in Illinois. I used to sell layer cakes and cupcakes. So I have like a Swiss meringue buttercream recipe that is like amazing. And I did have like a mixology point where I love to shake a cocktail. I do have like the espresso martini recipe. Like it's figured out. It's figured out.
That's awesome. Um, my wife has gotten into baking sourdough bread like the last
Ooh.
6 months. I don't know anything about baking, but it is a process.
Sourdough is hard. Like that thing's alive.
She's doing a great job. I mean, I'm definitely eating all the bread she's making. She's making like the only bread I haven't had is like the pumpkin spice
Mm.
bread. I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy, but
Oh, I
um,
am.
she just made blueberry with goat cheese. Actually,
Mm.
fire.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, because I live with Katie Foreman, and she also used to go through a sourdough stage, and she said she's gonna start it up soon, and I am oh, I'm gonna get so plump over the winter with sourdough bread, and I'm gonna start baking again. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have so many baked goods.
You're like, oh no, Katie, please don't get into this hobby
My
again.
Katie, please, I won't help you.
But yeah, no, that is a crazy process. All right, my next question. Normally, I ask teams, or not teams, I ask people what their path to their current team is that they play on. But I don't know. Do you have a team that you consistently play on?
So again, this was like my first year of USA, so like I was figuring out myself. I played on a bunch of teams this year. I was like free agenting. I would always, whenever there was a Facebook post, I was like free agent. So I think I played on almost 10 different teams amongst the year, like USA and like Toronto and all that jazz. The ones I played with the most consistently are Rockefellers and also the other team. That
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
not USA, but like, we went to Toronto, we went to Minnesota. I got asked to join them for API, which I said no, of course. So those are two of the opened consistent ones that I've been a part of, and mixed Yakuza towards the end of the season and into next year. We're gonna keep it rolling. So Yakuza is gonna be a mixed home for me, which I'm really excited for because, like I said, and the vibes were just amazing. Like if I can play dodgeball like that, I'll die a happy person. Like it was just, and like we did decently well, and like we are going to continue to do well because again, we're new to playing collectively together. So like the vibes are there, the individual skill is 100% there, and once we find our unison and like get that like mind reading level of telepathy. Like I know Missy and I are like almost there. Like we are definitely like can do that stuff.
And you throw the same
Look.
person on three, you're like,
And Missy knows that like I'm throwing a line drive and she's gonna get him on the butt when they don't see it.
yep.
Like she know like we definitely have like that figured out. I know Eric and I we can survive a long time together if it's just he and I on the court. So definitely Yakuza is gonna be super, super fun next year.
I think that's the way to go about it too. Unless you're starting your own team, like your first, I don't know, year or so, 6 months. Like I feel like you should try to hop around, see what you do like, see what you don't like, figure out like this team does this well, this team doesn't do this well, or like I'm probably not going to have the best experience, and we probably aren't going to win a lot. But I think I can learn a lot from this team.
Yeah, and that's what I did, and I loved it. Like I'm so thankful, and like I have them all in my shout out list that we'll get to later. But like I'm so thankful to all the people who like let me play with them or let me who wanted me to join them for either a one-off tournament or in a randomized draft tournament. Like even when like the Boston runs it or DMV runs like that randomized semi-draft tournaments, it's nice to like play with people I haven't played with. And like get those skills, like get that XP, like I said. So it's like it's also fun because I like probably watch them and they don't. I obviously don't announce that I've like watched all their footage, but I'm like, I know what they're gonna do. I've seen this before.
I'm the same way. There's been one time I think in the last it's been a long time. I honestly can't remember the last time other than not this past nationals, but the one before. But I played against, I believe his name is Rowan from Canada,
Mm.
and I had no clue who he was. And I was like, "Hey, what does he do well?" And they were like, "Everything." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. What does he not do well?" And they're like, "Literally nothing." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." But
Yeah,
yeah,
bet.
that's the way to go about it. I mean, recognizing other people's tendencies, and it's only going to get yourself better.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I snuck this in there while we were recording.
I chuckled. I looked. I was like, wait a minute.
All right, this had me dying when I heard it. It was in Boston, but you mentioned something about blueberry chalk.
Yeah, I have blueberry scented chalk. It's so fun. Does it work well? Who's to say? Not me. Does it smell like super blueberries, like super chemical blueberries? Yes, it is so good. I bought I bought the mint smelling version of it, not as good. And it's also green. Ugh. Like the blueberry one is supposed to be like purplish, but it's like neutral enough that it's like whatever. But oh my gosh, I love that chalk. My little travel size one broke. I dropped it. I forget at which tournament, and it was actually in Minnesota, and it splattered everywhere. And I was like, well,
Oh, it smelled good though, right?
it's gonna smell great.
Yeah.
I was like, we're having a great time. Um, I also bought like neon hot pink chalk for some of the more fun tournaments, and that also doesn't work well because like the moment
Ooh.
it gets sweaty, you're just like dripping pink down your arm. Um,
Oh.
but it is super fun to like be like, why does this ball have a neon pink handprint on it? And just like me from across the court, like,
It's Tenny.
it's me.
That's hilarious. I think it was Boston when I heard you say the Boston or the
Yeah.
blueberry chalk, and we were playing against each other, and I started literally crying, laughing for like 3 minutes.
Because I don't know, I got like some stupid catch that I probably shouldn't have gotten. You're like, check his hands. I'm like, it's blueberry chalk.
Yeah, that sounds right. Every time someone gets a catch, I'm like, check the hands.
And
It's
I'm like,
funny.
smell mine. Like,
It's funny. All right, that's all the questions from me. Let's move on to questions from the people. Are you
okay,
ready?
I'm so ready. I peeked on them and I'm loving the love.
All right. Thank you for everyone who sends these questions in. It helps the show go along, and it's good for the guests. All right. First question. A question from Luke Finder. Top three favorite jerseys, yours or others that you've seen?
Okay, I did go through a lineup. I didn't. I was going by memory. I'm sure I know I'm missing a few because Luke has like been, getting them out like crazy. And there's a lot of like honorable mentions I could do, but like for the sake of time, I'm putting Yakuza as number one. I think that jersey is so sick. I love it so much. I know it's mine, but I think it's just so well made. It's just, oh, it's so good. Um, I love the Onokuma ones with the bear. I love
Fire.
They're so good. I finally got Jesse's, and I'm so excited. I've been wearing it way too much. She's like, every weekend there's a photo of me and Onakuma, and she's probably like, "Are you obsessed with me?" And
Yeah.
the answer is yes. And also the jersey. And I love the boop boop jerseys. I love them
The pink
so
ones?
much. Yes.
Yeah, those are
Little
good.
boop boop. Oh my God. It's so cute. And also I love like the booping of a dog's nose, you know? It's just oh, it's so good. It's like totally my vibe, you know, like boop boop. Like that's like a me vibe.
One of my buddy's kids, our handshake isn't like a handshake, it's not a high five. He puts his finger up and I put my finger up and we go boop.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All
Yes.
right. Next question. Question from Nikki. What's your favorite ball type and what's your goals in the sport? Also, you're one of the most improved players in my opinion.
Well, that means a lot coming from Nikki. So I first of all, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, putting in as much work as I can. Me and my wallet know. Um, but my favorite ball type is cloth. I love cloth. I love the cloth game style. I love a catching game. I love to catch. I love a good catch. Um, and I just think there's like some people think five ball is like boring, you know, three team with three balls throws, the team with two balls is on defense, but there's so much to cloth with that neutral zone and the strategy that goes into it and the 3 minute clock and like playing numbers and burning a ball versus throwing at someone. When to throw two, when to throw one, like there's so much because of the five balls, like that like people don't I don't know, either don't think about it or haven't like thought that strategically about it because I know like six balls have like a laundry list of strategy of when to throw based on up people, down people, tied people, up points, down points. But like cloth has that same mentality, just built in a different way, and I just love it. I love it so much. Um, and then my goal is definitely, hopefully, practice squad next cycle. Um, that's 100% my goal. Obviously, the team would be even better than, you know, the next step, but like, gotta walk before you can run. And that's definitely on there. Like, next cycle, I want it real bad. I want it real bad.
Love to hear it. Not too late to get elevated for next year. Yeah, next year, 2026 either.
Yeah, that's obviously a goal. I also like don't want to like because I know like they're still looking obviously and I hopefully will start out 2026 as strong as ever, you know, thankfully we have a cloth league out here, so I'm constantly playing cloth. I go to Will Bethard hosts practices along the East Coast that I go to whenever I can because I am like gun ho for cloth. I love it so much. I you know I put in my application for practice squad this site time around and you know, it was my first year, and you know, was happy with how I did. I got the feedback, and I was ecstatic about it, and like read it, took it to heart, understood it, worked on it since, and I am excited for hopefully the coaches to see me more in 26. But you know, I'm really hopeful. Gun ho, big goal, 27 practice squad for sure want that. At 26, I'm gonna work for it, but like that's kind of a little bit further out of like more of a ooh reach. But 2027, like I want it. I want it.
It's good. That's a good goal to have. And also, I'm happy that you applied, and unfortunately, you didn't make this cycle around. But you got the feedback. Sounds like
Hmm.
you liked your feedback, and yeah, I mean, it's constructive criticism. Like I even got feedback from my from making the practice squad. And while
Hmm.
we're on the topic, today is Tuesday. The practice, or not the practice, the Caribbean Cup roster got finalized. So congrats to everyone who made it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I know. Before we hopped on there, I was like sending all my little clapping hand emojis, and I was like, I don't have enough time to make a post right now because I'm running out of podcast. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy. There were so many, you know, I'm just so happy for all the people I've played with and got to know. Like this time, 365 days ago, would have known a single name on that list, and like just so happy that like became close and good friends with so many of them, and such good talent. I'm so excited to see how they do.
I'm super excited. I can't wait to watch a Caribbean Cup. And yeah, shout out everyone who made the team and everyone who didn't. Like, there's still a lot of hard work that is put
Hmm.
in, and it's not recognized or seen, behind the scenes. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Question from Michael Davies. The embodiment of talent. What tournaments are you most looking forward to coming up, and what goals do you have for the 2026 season?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. I will say quick shout out to Davies. He was one of the people that like I first saw like in more like the queer tournament environment that I was like, holy fucking shit, this dude's insane. So definitely one of the people I've like looked up to before we even met. So that means a lot coming from him, first and foremost. Tournament wise, I'm looking forward to FDC in November. So that's exciting. I'm going with the other team and Yakuza, two teams that I feel comfortable playing with, and the rosters are looking hot. So that's nice. I'm also looking for Toronto kickoff. Again, playing with the other team and Yakuza again. Pretty much same rosters for the most part. Some mix and matches here, but like I'm really excited for those two because um we're going kind of going back to back like 1 month in between those two, so it's going to be nice to like come into FDC, hopefully have a really great showing, and then take a month off, and then like the same teams come back. We'll have feedback to work on from FDC, figure out some more things, fine tune it, and then kind of show up in Toronto and kick off as like hopefully like really well oiled and really put together. um and then goals 2026, just to stick to the Toronto kickoff would be my one goal is the other team I went with for the Clash, and we won the bottom bracket, and now it's time to get into the top bracket and hopefully do. I don't want to get kicked out first, but obviously making it to the top bracket of Toronto is like incredible. So I want to make it to the top bracket and hopefully get through at least one bracket match, see how far we can go. But the lineup is looking good, so hopefully we can do really well. And then USA, I want to win a round. I want a gold medal.
Let's go.
I want to win a round, specifically cloth, but which I think is very possible for sure, for sure, for sure. At first I wasn't sure, first year of USA, I was like, huh, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But like after playing like nationals, my mixed cloth team, Mad Hattons, got to quarterfinals, like and like got kicked out of quarters by like it was a 4 point difference, which means like if we switched one set, we would have been tied.
Yeah.
So for sure possible. So I want to win a USA round.
I love to see that, especially, I mean, I would assume you guys would do like a New York City based team too for
Hopefully,
cloth.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not, right?
Mm, 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 mm.
All right, next question. Question from Mackenzie Wilson. My Tenny, how did you get introduced to dodgeball, and what are your short and long term goals?
Um, So introduced was again the Chicago story to meet more LGBTQI plus people. And like, my first captain, Alexis, who I still hang out with to this day. They're having a baby. Actually due November 11th, 11/11. So hopefully
Make a wish.
that goes really well. Really excited that I do have friends from there. Short-term goals, like I said, FTC do well. Toronto make it top bracket in open. Yakuza, I think Yakuza, we'll see how FTC goes. I think we could possibly make top bracket, but like winning the bottom bracket with Yakuza probably seems like more our current speed, and I think that is still a giant accomplishment and definitely something that I will brag about until I die. Sorry, mom. Uh, she's like, can you stop talking about dodgeball? And I'm like, no. Um, and then long-term goals, like I said, I do want to make long term, I would love to help Team USA win gold in cloth. I would like that is like the end all be all beautiful dream of goal is like I whether that be mixed cloth or open cloth or however I end out, hopefully it happens, but like the goal is to like bring home USA a cloth gold medal.
Yeah, cloth gold, not foam. Cloth
Hmm.
and foam. Let's do cloth and foam.
Yeah, you get the foam, I'll bring home the cloth, and we'll boop them.
Okay. Next question. Question from Andrew Kim. Just how excited are you for the dodgeball? Hashtag Oogie Boogie.
Oh my gosh, the dodgeball. I'm first of all so excited just to hang out with everyone and like, cause like after a dodgeball tournament, I don't want to go out half the time. Like again, Sunday night I take the flight out, and Saturday night I'm like, well, I like mixed a lot, so I take mixed not very seriously, but like as seriously as open, where like I don't want to show up hungover. So like Saturday night I don't often go out too much, like the after parties or like the hotel lobbies. Um, so I'm excited to actually party with people, the dance, be fancy, maybe drink a little bit too much because it's free. Well,
You have to
open
get the if
bar.
you're yeah, you have to get that pass.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Philly Dodgeball, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm the first registration. I saw
Oh.
that post and I was like, swipe. Um, it was so fast. So I'm excited for that. And then obviously Andrew Kim's my captain. So that's gonna be a blast. We have Jeans on there as well, and like a
Let's
bunch of
go.
yeah, it's gonna be a great team. I'm gonna have them do everything, and I'm gonna sit in the middle and be like, woo, smelling my blueberry chalk.
Trying to pull up the tournament date, but for those who don't know, the dodgeball is a Philly tournament. It is um, December 13th.
Hmm.
It will probably be streamed. I'll put their link in the description, but shout out Philly Dodgeball. They've been putting a lot of stuff on YouTube. They've been doing
Mm,
live streams. They've been doing commentary. They've been having talks afterwards, and obviously commentating during.
yeah,
But yeah, shout out them. Go look at the description. I'll put the link in it. But yeah, they have like the tournament itself, and then afterwards they have the ball. So like everyone dresses up, everyone goes, they have a good time. They have a bar, so you can get like your normal ticket, or you can get like a ticket plus the bar, and it's an awesome time.
I'm so excited. I like have surprisingly I own a lot of suits. I'm really excited to like dust one of them off. I'm trying to figure out which one I want.
I went one time, and I might have underdressed a little bit. I just like dress pants and I think like a white long sleeve, a dress shirt, but I was definitely underdressed, and I
It's not
got.
a ball. It's a
I
ball.
know, I know, but yeah, I was a little underdressed, and definitely got absolutely hammered, and I just watched NBA games at the bar all night. I had a blast. I had a
Oh
blast.
no. I'm gonna be throwing it back. Don't you worry. I'm gonna split my pants open, I'm sure. Because I probably barely fit in them now.
They also have people going around taking pictures. They have like a whole
Mm.
setup where you can walk up, take pictures with your friends. But they do it up really well. They have rec not programs, rec awards that they also hand out too. They have like a whole stage set up, so it's sick. If anyone's ever interested, or I know it's too late for this season or this year, but next year, if you're
Mm.
interested, I would definitely highly recommend it.
Yeah. And like it's such a fun theme. I love my jersey. Because I'm the Nightmare Before Christmas team. Oh, which I love that movie. I have Nightmare Before Christmas pajama pants on the floor you can't see right now because I love them. They're so comfortable and I just love actually I think I'm wearing Nightmare Before Christmas socks right now too. I love that movie so much.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've definitely seen parts of it.
What?
I'm okay. I'm not a big TV show person. I'm not a big movie person. I'm watching baseball, basketball, football, dodgeball. If my wife has something on, like we watched I think Devil in Disguise, the
Mm.
John Gacy
Hmm.
documentary this past week, but if she puts it on, I'll watch it. But I won't be
Okay.
like, "Hey, this is super cool. Let's watch it together."
Got it. Got it. I won't be offended.
All right, next question. Question from Vinny from Connecticut. What's the origin of your name?
Oh, that's a good one. So it's technically a nickname from my last name, Tenerelli. And the story behind it, because I've gone by it since seventh grade, so I've been known as Tenny for longer than I've been known as my legal name. Which
I won't say it. I
But
won't say it.
it's okay. It's not even that much of a secret. You could definitely find it so easily. Um, but so the way it became is growing up where I lived in this just south of Chicago. We grew up next door to a house because I have an older sister of 3 years, and the family next door to us had like the same age sister brother. So my sister and like the daughter, me and the son were all the same age. So we just grew up together from birth. So shout out Jimmy Ogle. You're never gonna see this, but Jimmy Ogle. So we grew up together, same grade school, same middle school, same high school, same everything. But by middle school, I started going into more like drama, nerdy, mathletes type of stuff, and he was doing travel baseball. But like whatever we hung out or hosted like a birthday gathering, like we always it was our collective friend groups plus each other always. So he was having a travel baseball hangout, plus I was invited because I live next door and we grew up together. So this dude who I like maybe have seen four other times in my entire life, his name's John Lee. He was giving out nicknames to people, and I was there, and I was just the nerdy little mathlete on this group of travel baseball players, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Blah, Tenerelli." He's like, "Okay, give me a minute," and came out with Tenni, and it just stuck ever since. So John Lee, who is definitely not going to see this either, he renamed me, and it's stuck ever since. And it's like so ingrained in my life. Like, I used to teach the deaf and the hard of hearing, so I'm fluent in sign language. And one fun thing about sign language is you get a sign name. So, like in sign language, I have a T around the I for Tenny the panda. As you can see, I'm obsessed with pandas. Um, so Tenny the panda is my name in sign language, and like my legal name doesn't exist in sign language. Like I would have to finger spell it out
Oh, really?
because like I don't go by it, and they don't have a reason to give me a name.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. So, behind the scenes, for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't been on Bromance, I send the notes to my guest and they could edit it or whatever. So, I got a notification that Tenny was updating it. And I was like, bro, he got hacked.
Nah. Also, when I Venmo people, my name pops up obviously because it's like legal bank accounts and stuff, and they're like, "Who's sending me money?" or "Who am I sending money to?" And I'm like, "It's me. It is me. It's the photo of me sitting in a sink. It's me."
I like your name, though. That's a sick name.
Thank you. Yeah, Tiny Tenerelli number 10. Like I'm just thinking like think of a poster board like 10, 10, 10. Boo, Tenerelli number 10. Tens across the board.
Yeah. Just flows.
Hell yeah.
All right, next question. Question from Marcus Heat. Now that your first full year of the circuit is finished, what would you have done differently?
Mm. Such a great question. Marcus is also on my shout out list, which again we'll get to later. But not to like have a cheap answer, but like I don't know if I would do anything differently, but I definitely learned so much, both dodgeball and also life. Like I've been traveling so much, which I mean obviously financially is a lot, um, which kind of leaves me with like less fun money or my credit card being a little unhappy with me. But also like socially, like I realized I was missing a lot of weekends in New York City hanging out with my friends. I didn't even play summer dodgeball in the city for like any of the rec leagues because I was traveling so much playing competitive dodgeball that I was like would have showed up for maybe two matches the whole season. I was like, well, that's not fair to my team. Or also just not worth me signing up for. So like I learned that like I went balls deep in this because like I needed these XP boosts because I have goals in the sport that I really want to achieve, and I weighed out the risks of that, and kind of took those moments of like not being around for hangouts or having to tell my friend group who tried to play a board game with me like 4 weekends in a row, and I'm like, I'm in this state, this state, this state, and this state, so I unfortunately cannot. um so I learned from that. So next year I'm gonna balance out my time a little bit more. Like dodgeball is important to me and it is a goal and I want it to be a priority, but like I need to put other priorities in the same realm, friends, going home to see my family, because again, they're in Chicago, I'm in New York. And just also me time, some fun vacations.
This summer was rough too. There was so many tournaments.
There were, yeah, yeah. Which for as a first year of competitive traveling, like, I was like, is this normal? And people are like, you're just doing too much.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's pretty normal, but I don't know. Normally, I'll try to take off some tournaments during the fall, like the end of the year, kind of relax. It's the holidays.
Hmm.
But yeah. All right, got a few questions from Hope. First question: how are you so amazing and handsome and wonderful and pretty?
Oh, Hope. Oh my gosh, I love Hope so much. Hope, we got to play together in the Toronto Clash, and oh, just incredible. Oh, she's also just incredible at the sport. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've ever seen Hope play, but she made the national team as well in Canada for her Providence, and oh my gosh, just so good and so fun. So thanks, Hope.
Second question from Hope: what are the characteristics you value in teammates, and do you prefer to play to win or play for fun/vibes?
Um, Characteristics, I think the most important one is, and I'd say this when I captain a team, I say this speech all the time, and I think it's a really important for my teammates to have this, is understanding decision intent on the court. I know, and I think like once you can program that into your brain, it takes a lot of tension off. It's like instead of asking like, why did you do that? Or why did you keep throwing away last ball? It's like, oh, they were trying to protect me. You know, like understanding why they were doing the thing that they were doing, try to get into that intent reason, and then like having a conversation about like, hey, you this is what happened and this is the result of that, and like let's try to get to this result, try to get a different result and a different path. And I think understanding your teammates intent and like un- knowing that like no one on the court is actively trying to make you lose this match. Like every decision that they make in in that moment, they had a thought that said, if I do this move, it's going to help us win. And I bring that full forward as a captain. I basically say, I know that your intent in everything that you do on this court, whether it results in all of us getting out or not, was in the moment the intent. Oh my God, camera, please, I'm having a moment. um, was to help us win. And then we can have a conversation about like, hey, your intent was this. However, this was a result. Let's think about other ways to get there. And it really just helps feel like a team energy. So that's, I really want that in all my teammates who aren't gonna scream or yell, obviously. Because I do want someone who is competitive. I want someone who wants to win, but like again, you have to have fun. You have to enjoy the sport. You have to giggle. Um, and do it in a way that isn't um without like, there's definitely times where like you can have fun on your own side and also still play normally for the other team's sake. Because I know there's
Hmm.
times where like it's like, oh, we're up so many, let's just be silly goofy. And like that's not what I mean. I want to like play normal dodgeball, respect the other team through and through, play normally, but also have fun, giggle.
That's a good answer. In my personal experience, I feel like someone, if they're messing up a lot or, making the same consistent mistakes, you're like, hey, you're doing this really well. Let's try to work on this a little bit.
Hmm.
And there's a right way and there's a wrong way to talk to someone. Some people, they want to be coached harder than others. Some of them, maybe not as much. I've definitely seen my fair share of other team, whether they're teammates or, it's like a captain talking to, the rest of his team just or her team just going about it the wrong way. And a lot of them don't play
Hmm.
dodgeball anymore. I'm just like, that's tough because I mean,
Uh,
that's your team for the rest of the day. And I mean, if that's your team consistently too, that's how you got to, play. And it's just tough. But I feel like there's a right way and wrong way. Long story short.
100%, 100%.
All right. Next question. Question from Mei Ling Chunk. All right. This is what she said, not me. I'm shook. Best guest ever. If you have found the perfect partner, the one, and they said that you had to quit dodgeball forever because of their PTSD from a childhood trauma, would you? Question mark. Would you? All caps, question mark, exclamation point.
Great question because May knows I am single and ready to mingle and looking looking for love, the Tenni edition. But I understand the question, and that's like again cop out of the question, but I feel like my person like would have to be able to support this passion of mine. Like it's time consuming. It takes me away from, our time together, and I'm sure as a father and a husband you are well aware of that, understand that risk, and um my person, I would want there to support me. So I think if we would have to either go through a lot of therapy together, work through that, because I don't think I can quit the sport for someone, because dodgeball is first, unfortunately.
The right person for you would accept that, and they would be like, "This is Tenny's hobby, and I respect that." And Tenny has a good time going to these tournaments, and maybe I'll go with.
Hell yeah, as they should, as they should. Yeah. No, I connect. So if I met the absolute love of my life and they were like, it's me or dodgeball, in this stage of my game, there's what, however many billion more people out there. Sorry.
Learn how to play dodgeball.
You don't even have to
yeah,
play. Do the 10, 10, 10. Make the poster.
yeah, 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 yeah. I like that. All right, next question. Question from Philly Dodgeball. OMG. Big fans. Why is he the best move? Wait. Uh I read that wrong. I also wrote it in here wrong. All right. Whoops. All right. OMGGG, big fan. I think they want to know when you're moving to Philly.
Oh my gosh. I had such a blast at the Philly the first Beast Coast hosted by Philly, and then also I went to the Philly rooftop tournament, which was oh so much fun. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I
Oh,
highly
the
recommend
tournament?
the little tournament on the rooftop. It was
Uh-huh.
so good. Like, oh
Uh,
my gosh. Like it was just so fun. Like you're playing dodgeball outside. I had so much sunscreen on my body. It was crazy.
the view looks sick too.
The view was nice. You got a nice thing. It was like, all caged, which was nice. Like balls for the most part, like stayed on the court or stayed in the vicinity.
Did any of
Um,
them like make it off the roof?
no,
I was thinking that at first because I'm like, dodgeball rooftop. What? There's gonna be
right.
balls sailing everywhere. And then I
Uh,
saw like people like showing videos and stuff on their Instagram story. I'm like, that makes so much more sense.
yeah. And it's kind of like in the vicinity. It was kind of like the court, and then there's like still buildings on both sides, so there wasn't too much crosswind either. Like balls, like it wasn't like you threw a ball and it blew to the other side of the court. Like because we played foam, but like it was fine. Like everything was great. I had a blast. So I'm a big fan of Philly, obviously, but I cannot leave New York City. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Unless there's a job out there that pays me really, 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 really well.
Hey, it's just a quick train ride, right?
Honestly, it's easier to get to Philly than it is to get to Queens sometimes.
Mm.
Sorry.
All right, next question. Question from Bo. Who are some players you look up to slash model your game after?
Oh, this is such a good question. Um, so like I said, I already kind of mentioned Davies and Dan Alport. Those are like two like the that like from the queer tournaments that I saw right away that was like, holy crap. Ridge is up there in the queer world as well. Um, and then when I started going to more USA stuff, Will Bethard, he is like such a gem. He's definitely coached me in cloth. He was my so I did the DMV January or February, I think it was January, randomized cloth tournament this year. And that was the first time I held a cloth ball in my entire life, was January of this year, 25. Um, and he was my captain, and he was like, Tenny, like and he just keeps giving me advice and coaches me like this is your ball type, and like I just look up to him because he's also absolutely a beast at cloth. Um, so he is definitely one of them. Um, let's see. I I will say I loved watching what you call it, Sashay Away in the Clash of 25, partly because my first New York captain played with them, Josh Ty. and I was watching them play, and
Oh,
they
Josh. I know Josh.
yeah, Josh Ty was my first New York captain. So in January of 24, when I first joined New York Dodgeball, he was my first captain, and kind of introduced the sport to me. And always have a place in my heart for Josh. Whenever I have a moment to play with Josh, I will like leave my home team and be like, I have to play with my mother. Sorry. Um, which is actually what happened in in Squid. I will come back to this point, I promise. But like, let me hop off. Like in Squid, my Sin City team, World Trade, played. We're we're planning to go to Squid, but they weren't sure. But then a Denver team called Wreck It, with Josh Ty, because Josh has moved to Denver,
Oh.
asked me to play with them, and I was like, oh my gosh, one, you asked me first, and two, Josh is here, 100%. And then like my Sin City team finally figured out, hey, we are going. Tenni, are you coming? And I was like, sorry,
Sorry.
I have a family problem. It's my mother. um, but coming back to the point of like who else I look up to, obviously Josh Ty is in that family because um he just did such an incredible job coaching me and producing this stuff, and watching him play when I was a newbie was like still watching him play. He's just incredible.
I played one tournament with Josh Ty. It was like a draft style tournament, and it was 8.5 and no sting. Um, Watching Josh Ty throw an 8.5 ball is crazy because like the way he tucks it in and just launches it, you're like, that's you don't want to catch it either because you see the ball spinning, you're like, that's gonna
Hmm.
jam a finger. I don't want to catch that.
Oh yeah. I remember there was a time when he was doing like a rec league 1v7, as we unfortunately always left him alone to do. And he was just on fire. He was throwing great shots in great places, and there was this, and like he obviously had to take them all out to win the match. And there was a time he like whipped a ball. I think it's the fastest I've ever seen him throw in my entire life. And it hit this newbie dead in the stomach, and like you like felt the air leave that poor
Ooh.
person's body, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, but I need to win this match. Oh,
Yeah, Josh definitely has jammed one of my fingers. Same thing.
same.
Like I see a ball coming in, I'm like, this was I actually remember where this was too. This was in Virginia, 8.5 playoffs. I see the ball coming in, I'm like, I'm catching this. Had it in my hands, dropped it, the ball spinning like crazy, jammed the fuck out of my finger. I'm like,
Damn.
that wasn't worth it.
Damn. And I have definitely more shout outs for Bo's question in the shout out list. I'll just save it for the end because it'll make more sense. But because I like thought about everyone and listed them all, and I'll pop that open. But I'm gonna great question, Bo. Initial thoughts, but I have a list prepared for later.
Okay, let's do it. Two more questions. Question from Meredith. Hi, Tenny. I love you. What got you into dodgeball and how long have you been playing?
So like I said, the getting into dodgeball was to meet friends. That was like the initial goal, and then again figured out it was a sport and competitive and traveling. So, like I said, summer 23, played the game for the first time. January of 24, and that year I just played rec style, just bouncing around bars. Went to the Denver Mile High. Um, I don't know if I went to any other tournaments that year. I think I went to the Denver Mini Mile High, like the little 4v4s. And I think that might have been it for 24. And then 25, I started the year and I said, we're going to every effing tournament ever. And I did. Um,
Do you keep
so
track of your tournaments?
um, my other roommate Liz did make me count them one weekend because she was like, how many? And I believe because I'm now because I added yours, the nutmeg
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
James
yeah.
asked me to play with his
Oh,
team.
let's go.
Yeah, so I'm joining that. Even though I said I was not gonna do any more tournaments, I was like, I can't say no to James making me. Um, so now with that one, and this includes day tournaments, like the semi-pros and stuff. So like I'm not always gone the entire weekend, but I think we're gonna be at 24.
I started keeping track this year because Glenn Spacer, I believe, has like 500 tournaments under his belt, and he keeps track of them, or 400, something
Holy
crazy.
damn.
Matt was telling me that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 23. 23
Damn.
this year.
Damn. That's a
But
lot
I
too.
am not traveling as much as you are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I love a tournament. I just love a tournament.
Um, and all right, last question. I just copied and pasted this one and I just read
Okay.
it. It's funny. All right, question from Aaron Greenlee. Tenny, you are a shining light. Picture this. You're one of the contestants on a new TV show, The Greatest Dodgeball Bake Off. The task is to bake a three-tier cake that represents you and your dodgeball journey. What are the flavors of each tier, and how do you explain each tier's significance to the judges?
Okay. Okay. Let me think. Um, okay. Tier one, I would try to do this is just off the top of my head. Okay. No thoughts. Full off the rack. Tier one is gonna be the start of my journey, which I'm gonna do like a rocky road flavor, like kind of picture like don't know what's happening, road like the story is like I don't know where the road leads, blah blah blah. So rocky road. Tier two is blueberry for the blueberry
And
chalk,
then you throw some
obviously.
chalk in there.
Yeah, yeah. Just, just some edible chalk. I think Crayola
It's
crayon
it's kind of like
chalk
a
is
Boston cream
edible.
donut.
Yeah. Little powdered donut, just like you take two chalk sticks and
Yeah.
um will be blueberry flavored to represent my blueberry chalk. And then the top tier would be okay, what would be a good Where's Worlds 2028 gonna be held? Just kidding. I'm kidding. But I would say probably like a nice. I love pumpkin. I think like that's like if I like won a gold medal, I would want pumpkin. I would want like something pumpkin. I would want like a nice slice of like pumpkin cheesecake or like something pumpkiny. So I think that would be like my victory prize is a nice pumpkin top. I know those flavors don't go together at all to collectively, but that would be the story. Tier one, Rocky Road, blueberry for the chalk, pumpkin for the prize.
Okay. Okay. That's your cake?
That's the cake, baby. And I'm gonna maybe have it and not eat it.
Maybe just split it up a little bit. You're not eating it all in like in one bite.
Definitely not combining any of those.
Interesting flavor. All right, Tenny, that is pretty much it. Do you have any closing thoughts or shout outs?
I do. I have a bunch of shout outs. And like before I get into the list, it's like basically everyone who's like helped me along the way. There's like I could go. There's so many people I've met, and so many people who have been wonderful, and like they deserve to be on this list. But like I'm not gonna list every person who's ever played USA Dodgeball, because there are just so many amazing people on the circuit. So many people I care about. Even only seeing them a few times a year, like it's still like built great relationships. Like we're all in this together. I feel like at the end of the day, like it's all one communal goal to like as a country. So there's so many people on this list that so many people who maybe aren't on this list who could be on this list who I've had great and wonderful conversations with and but these are the people who came to mind who I feel like have stuck out to me who have either helped me on my way and I'll maybe say a blurb here or there for some of these people. But I do want to thank the two leagues of New York City, Big Apple Rec and New York Dodgeball for making this possible and one bringing dodgeball into my life and secondly helping me get better at dodgeball and like continuing to support this little obsession I have. I do want to thank my roommates, Katie Foreman and Liz Lawson. Obviously, they keep me sane and take care of the home when I'm gone for half the year. And also, I love living with them. They give me great advice. They help me in life as well as dodgeball. And also, Katie Foreman, like extra shout out, not just for me, but like for what she does for the New York City bars community. She basically, oh my God, you're really gonna get blurry in this moment, camera. Um, once again, Katie has done so much for the WTNB community, as well as the dodgeball community as a whole, but specifically the WTNB community here in New York for sports, all sports, kickball, dodgeball, pickleball, and bowling. Like, she's just incredible. She built WTB dodgeball. Now there's two fully functioning dodgeball leagues alone, as plus the other sports that we offer. Like she is an incredible person. She put together Empire, which force of a team. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
So she deserves a bunch of praise, and I love living with her. It's the best. I do want to Jesse, um, my obsession jersey, which actually currently is in my hamper because I wore it yesterday. Has always been in my back corner, shagging since the first day we met. Just such great energy. Lena, love Lena, my little friend that to the end we chit chat all the time at these tournaments, find each other. Justin Thomas, for really supporting me. I first met him at that kickoff Toronto tournament where we free agented together. That's when we first met, and like just good friends. He also does so much for dodgeball. He's driven me to Delaware. He drives me to semi-pro. He's just incredible and such a good person to have in your corner. He also played with us in nationals and open cloth, part of that, like one of my favorite memories. So he was there for it. Marcus for letting me play with precision and always giving me feedback, always boosting me up. He's always giving me advice. He's done a lot for me as well, and just so happy he also made the Team USA. So congrats,
Yeah.
Marcus. Hell yeah. That was incredible and so fun to see because he is a role model to me. Will Bethard, as I said, basically taught me cloth for the first time and like sends me messages, always invites me, finds me at tournaments, asks how I'm doing. Like he is just such an amazing human. Feels like I really look up to him too. So it's nice that he is in my corner as much as I look up to him. Tim Wells, starting New York Dodgeball. Him and I have done a lot, have a lot of conversations. He also shows me the best food places in New York. So thank you, Tim. Mei Ling letting me for building Yakuza. I met her at my very first tournament in the Denver Mile High, like in 24. I met her for the first time, and I was like, oh, she is the best. And so glad we get to continue to build our friendship and play together some more. Charlie Dang, captain of the other team, for always trusting me to join him for these tournaments. I'm always honored to be asked to play with him. So whenever he does ask for like a fun, whenever he's building a team for whatever event he does, and just like the mantra of the other team, the TOT, the other team, is just something I truly support through and through. And I am so grateful to be part of it. Zach Fernald, he's been such a great foam coach for me. He's helped me so much and gives me great advice. He stayed with me in nationals. It was so fun. John Gatlin, love that dude to death. Also, congrats, John. Again, half this list is congrats, but I love seeing John. I care for that dude so much. I remember like whenever he's at a tournament, I just always hope he's well. And if he's not doing well, I will make sure I will find who did him wrong. I will find it. Dan Alport again, shout out again. And then I do want to say thank you again to Eric Jones. He's complimented me so many times and just like been such an amazing person to get to know. And he's just like he was really looking out for me. And I just know that from like we haven't had many conversations, but the conversations we do have are great. And I just know. And he's also so fun and so nice to look up to. So that is the list that I came up with, and I know there's more, but that's the list that I comes to the top of my end of people who have definitely helped me on my journey.
And where could people find you on social media?
Ooh, if you want to be on this list or refer a date, you can find me on Instagram at Tenny the Panda, no spaces.
I'll put the link in the description too as well. I'm trying to be better about this.
Hell yeah.
I don't have any crazy shout outs. Shout out to the Knicks. We're playing tomorrow, baby. Let's go. NBA season kicked off about an hour ago. Shout out the Birds. Go Birds. Eagles won this past weekend. Brandon Graham came out of retirement. Love BG. Um, shout out Twisted Tea always. And yeah, I don't really have any other shout outs. Shout out everyone who went to Combine, whether you made it the Caribbean team or not.
100%.
A lot of hard work goes into it. So congrats to everyone. And shout out to you. Thanks for hopping on.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This was so much fun. And I'm Am I sweating? Maybe a little bit, but who cares? Like, that's why I turned on the pink lights.
I think the last time we were both on Zoom was during Abby's draft, and I think you were drinking wine out of a coffee mug.
That sounds correct. That sounds correct. And actually, I was definitely drinking wine because I remember Claire asked me, and I said Merlot, and I just know my usual. Whenever someone mentions, whenever I'm drinking Merlot, I always say the line, when they go high, I go Merlot.
I remember hearing that. Yep.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I
Love to
love
hear that.
wine. I just love wine.
I can't say I'm a very cultured man. I just drink twisted tea. That's pretty much it, but
I know, and every time you post about it, I do ask if you need help.
that's true. That's
This
true.
has definitely happened at least twice.
Blink twice.
Is this a sign for help?
No.
No, you're
Uh,
exactly where you should be.
exactly. But that's it. Thank you, Tenny, for hopping on.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Bye.